Millview Grain Farm. I farm with my son Sasha. We're here in the Steinbach area of eastern Manitoba. You'll actually see creek beds and maybe some forest edges here, so we're right on the eastern edge of the prairies. So this is an alfalfa seed field that you see here. You'll see that it's surrounded by creek beds and small bushes, which is not atypical of eastern Manitoba, because we're right on the eastern edge of the Canadian prairies. By happenstance, also a very good ecological system for organic agriculture and for alfalfa seed in particular, because bees like these natural habitats. So this is our second year of organic alfalfa seed from this field. This is a total of 70 acres. And the first year that we planted it was overgrown by thistles. And in fact, that's one of the reasons we went to alfalfa here, because of the thistle problem. So we took off a first cut last year, and we relied on the second cut to give us the alfalfa seed. We had about half of this land was suffered from winter kill last year, but we reseeded a good half of it, and it all looks great this year. So there's enough moisture down below from the level that alfalfa takes moisture from for this to be a pretty good crop. And we've also had timely rains here in eastern Manitoba. So yeah, looking at this field, we think we've got the thistles beat, and we're looking forward to the cutter bees coming out of these huts during the when the sun is hot, which is like right now. So we hear buzzing all around us, and we'll see how the rest of the year unfolds.
How long are you going to keep the alfalfa?
I think we'll keep the alfalfa for as long as it's viable. In part, we happen to be right within the city limits of Steinbach here, so we have access to quite a bit of manure here in eastern Manitoba, because it's a very concentrated area in terms of livestock and poultry. So fertility is not a problem for us, except that if you're surrounded by suburban Steinbachers, then you can't use chicken manure really easily. So we don't know exactly how long that'll be, but we think that if we cut the first cut, we mow it, and then we'll use that to try to feed the second cut. And then again, we're novices when it comes to alfalfa seed. So I mean, there's alfalfa seed growers out there that have it for quite a number of years, and so I think we'll probably have it for as long as we can, and then make a decision at that point.
And do you have to do anything about fertility while the alfalfa is growing for a period of time that you're growing it? Do you have to manure?
Well, the adding of fertility is a problem because we're right within the city limits, and so if we can find a way of adding fertility that way, we would. But at the very least, we're going to turn the first crop into the mulch, so that that's supposed to have a good effect then on the what becomes a seed-bearing plant. So, but I think we're just going to follow a pretty simple system from here on. Yeah, so we're novice alfalfa seed producers, but I'm in my 60s now. But I grew up as a boy with on some of this very land, and so we're in a transition zone here. So we have some sandy loam soils. We also have some heavy clay land. And I knew my dad always grew probably at 25% of our farm always in alfalfa, so I grew up knowing that alfalfa had that good effect in terms of weed control, in terms of adding fertility, because it's a legume, and then probably most important for us here, where we do have some land that's actually Red River clay, is the tap roots that it shoots down and creates a tilth and porousness of the and internal drainage, improves the internal drainage and allows the land to absorb moisture. Those are principles that I just sort of grew up on. So that in a certain way, I grew up as a boy. We had an organic farm, and then we moved into conventional, relying on herbicides and artificial fertilizers. And then about 5 years ago, we went back to organic. But lots of the principles that I knew from boyhood are sort of reapplied now to our certified organic farm.